All right. Hello and welcome to Ep.1 of the Benchwarmer Banter podcast. I am here with my co-host, Jiggy Jays, and this is the voice of Shaney 2K, YouTuber, sports writer, everything. So, Jayden, say hi.
My name is Jayden, and I'm gonna be the co-host for Benchwarmer Banter. Thank you for having me.
I hear your dry hands right now rubbing up against.
You didn't need to do me like that.
No, but there's gonna be kind of a hoops podcast unless it turns into more. If you're a fan of mine coming from here, you know what I'm about. I did the Shaney show. I've done different things. I'm on a podcast currently. Jayden, is this like your first podcast, really?
Yeah, this is my first ever podcast.
This is my first podcast through Anchor. So again, thank you if you're listening through Anchor, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast from. I'm gonna make a post on my Instagram tomorrow. Happy Wednesday. This is being recorded at 1:25 a.m. Eastern time. Right now, Biden is up on Trump, 224 to 212. Just thought I'd mention that. But we're going to get into some season predictions for episode 1. This will be a weekly or every 2-week show. We haven't decided yet. So today we'll be going over who we think will win Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, Most Improved Player, Defensive Player of the Year, and the Most Valuable Player. And next episode, we'll probably get into free agency and championships, but that's all so far away. We probably won't even do an episode 2, knowing how long it took us to get episode 1 going. But
Nah, yeah, we will. Stop playing.
I'm kidding. But no, this is our official Benchwarmer Banter account on Instagram, everything. We have a link tree. You can go check us out there, and you can always check out Jayden's Instagram. It's 201J, probably like how many Ys?
2 Ys.
Yeah, 201J with 2 Ys at the end, because he's weird. And
Yeah.
I'm, of course, just Shaney 2K on everything. But, let's get into it. So first, to start off, Rookie of the Year. I want to hear, because, you're the co-host, I'm hosting. I want to hear who you have winning Rookie of the Year and why.
Oh, okay. So, a big factor would be on who's like what team that player would go for. I mean, go to, not for. But I have a solid prediction that is going to be Anthony Edwards. I don't know why. And if it's not Anthony Edwards, my second prediction would be Denny.
Of course you picked Denny because you just love copying me. No, and
Hey.
hey, we got exactly
Denny is Wait, we have what?
We have exactly 2 weeks until the NBA draft. We'll probably do, since that's 2 weeks away, we'll probably do like a
We could do another podcast about the draft.
Yeah, we could totally do even like a live type of thing.
Yeah, like a lottery.
Exactly, whatever. Why are we thinking about people are listening right now and they're like, what is happening? This is awful. But also,
yeah.
Joe, my favorite podcast, Joe Rogan. If you ever watched episode 1 of Joe Rogan, Jesus Christ. But no, 2 weeks away from the NBA draft. And I do like the Anthony Edwards pick. It's a safe pick. He's an amazing player. But with such an uncertain draft class, and it looks like a weak draft class, you always know there's going to be some.
This draft class does not look like an 03 type draft class or 11 or 8
or even
96.
Last year.
Yeah, last year's draft class was solid.
Last year's draft class solid. We had John Morant. We had not even, I was about to say Kendrick Nunn. He was just a good rookie. He wasn't drafted last year, though. We had Zion. I hate to mention him already in the top 3.
But we have to.
Yeah, Tyler Hero, he blew up in the playoffs. RJ Barrett on our Knicks.
Hell yeah. Stop. Yo. RJ Barrett's going to be he's going to develop. Just give him time. But we do not need to talk about that.
We are not getting into it today. That's like an hour-long podcast, easily.
Yeah, fact.
But anyways, no, but for Rookie of the Year, I have who you actually put as your second option, Denny Avdija. I actually wrote an entire article about him, so I know a lot about this kid. He's only 19, 6'9", and, if you look at his season stats, they weren't the greatest in the world, but then you look at his playoff stats. Nearly doubled in efficiency, nearly doubled in points per game, had an incredible tournament, and won EuroLeague Championship MVP on his team. I can't pronounce the name, so don't ask me.
I didn't even know he won MVP.
Yeah, he won MVP of the tournament, but it was also an under I think it's 21 league. It's kind
Oh,
of the
it's you.
same thing Luca did. That's why I see a lot of people drawing comparisons to Luca. Do I think he'll
Okay.
be nearly as good as Luca? Not at all.
Hell no.
Depending on the team he goes to, I mean, obviously we never know. His ceiling could be better than Michael Jordan. That's just no one will ever know that. But if he gets drafted by a team in the 5 or 6 position, even if he drops to the Knicks, God willingly, I could see him in Chicago being a starter, probably in Cleveland coming off the bench to start and then becoming a starter. And if he can just get into but if he's drafted with a team that actually likes him, like the Golden State Warriors, they keep talking about possibly trading down to possibly draft him. He's not going to start on that team, and I think that's the
Oh
worst
yeah,
possible fit.
100%.
But I do like if he's in a Chicago or Cleveland or even a Knicks team that is just such a young core, he'll get a lot of touches and he'll have his best opportunity to develop. Like, they're not good. And also, there's nobody at his position on the Cavs I can really think of that would give him much competition because Kobe White's a point guard. He's probably going to be shooting guard or small forward. He could even play power forward as height. But besides
Who,
that,
Kobe? Oh, you're talking about Denny. My fault.
yeah, no, you're fine. But then on the Cavs, you have Kevin Love,
Yeah,
which
that.
they'll probably trade at some point this season, I'm predicting.
You think
Andre
they're gonna
Drummond,
trade Kevin Love?
no, they haven't traded him yet. Andre Drummond, he is like they're making him their franchise player, which is the silliest thing I've ever heard, but I kind of like it.
Please tell me you're joking.
No,
They're making Drummond.
they're trying to make Andre Drummond like the not star of the franchise, but like
Why?
they're
He's
not
not
going to
even
trade him.
like.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah, but not that. He's not even like a top three center.
I'll agree, but that's for a totally different discussion. We're talking
That
about
is, yeah. We're talking about
I
that.
do like him as a mentor, though, and I don't think he would mentor Denny because that just doesn't add up. But
Yeah,
the
not the
Cavs,
right position, not same play styles, nothing.
yeah, exactly. But the Cavs or Bulls, him going to, and the Bulls especially because they already
What do you
have
think about
Yogi
him going
Ferrell.
to the Hornets though?
The Hornets would also work, but also I feel like the I don't even like talking about the Hornets. They make me
The
sick to
Hornets are
myself.
just like too bad.
It's like the second time they've been bad too. They were the Charlotte Bobcats.
Yeah,
I
deadass.
just I just don't get that team. But anyways, off rookie of the year, I got Denny. You got Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards was just a safe pick. But
Yeah, but the only reason like Anthony Edwards like kind of has me a little worried is because his efficiency. I don't know how efficient of a scorer he's gonna be, especially coming into a harder league than fucking sorry for cursing
it's fine.
college. Um, but I think he will, you know, average his 20 points later down the line. But I don't know. I just see him as a safe pick. Like LaMelo Ball,
He's
he
to me, he's like a Trey Young type pick. He could go 50-50.
yeah,
Because
I
Trey
I agree
Young
with
was
that.
not looked at how he is now. He was looked at as a less efficient Steph Curry, which is
That's exactly what people were saying.
and LaMelo Ball is also looked at in kind of a dim light. And I don't blame them. Lonzo Ball was a number 2 pick. He did not hasn't panned out yet. I'm not saying it's impossible, but he hasn't panned out yet. Steph Curry with a 40-inch vertical didn't happen. Sorry at my court.
I totally remember that video from Corzamba.
Me too. LiAngelo Ball, I think he would have made the NBA if the entire China scandal didn't happen, to be honest. And he played that season for UCLA, but he probably wouldn't have been. He probably would have still been the worst ball brother. But I've always said LaMelo is going to be the best ball brother. But I don't think he'd win Rookie of the Year. I think he's one of those players that would be like a It's like I hate to say it. I love Jason Kidd, but he's such a good passer, LaMelo Ball. I could see LaMelo Ball being like a point guard who I know LaMelo can score,
Like a
but
true
also
point guard,
exactly. I think he'd be a
like
true
averaging
point
like
guard.
8, 10 assists.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I know what you mean.
I wouldn't be shocked. And he's good at size, so he could be good, but I don't think his rookie year is gonna be the season he does it. Especially if he goes to a team like let's just say the Timberwolves pick him up. That would be an awful fit.
Oh, hell yeah. Like,
Because D'Lo, I mean, here's what I'm just gonna kind of speak into existence. Timberwolves are gonna trade their first overall pick for Devin Booker, so I think
I
Anthony
agree.
Edwards is gonna be on the Suns. Anthony Edwards on the Suns or LaMelo Ball on the Suns. That's terrifying with DeAndre Ayton. But enough about rookies. Let's get into unless you have something else to add. But
Nah, I think we've
let,
talked about it.
Yeah. Let's get into sixth man of the year. I'm gonna start for this one.
All right, you got it.
So I think this year, no matter what Golden State does, one of their past starters of their quote unquote big three of Clay, Steph, and Draymond Green, one of them is going to be a six man. The reason I say that is because I know Steph and Clay are going to start. I think they're going to draft well. They already have young pieces. Andrew Wiggins is probably going to start. Then Clay, you could put small forward. Power forward would usually be Draymond, but if they draft a James Wiseman or something, get a different center, even if they trade for a superstar, I just don't think Draymond's going to start on this team. But I think Draymond's going to have an amazing season. I think he's still going to be the Draymond we always see. I just think he's going to be getting less touches, and I think he's, especially with this Warriors team,
You better be
everyone's
saying
kind of
like
doubting him
what
out.
we always see besides
Exactly.
this year.
Exactly. I think they're obviously going to be in the playoffs no matter what happens. They have
100%.
Steph Clay back. They have their team back. I mean, they don't have KD, but
At
also
100 too.
exactly. And I like them drafting, like, especially if they get Denny. He would fit awfully on that team. But whoever they draft for, they trade the pick for. This isn't a great year for a draft. I think they should draft for future picks, even possibly trade Draymond Green. And if Draymond Green gets traded, I don't think he's starting in a lot of places. Like even if Draymond Green went to the
Really?
Knicks, he wouldn't start for the Knicks.
Why not?
He wouldn't start power forward. No, I think they'd put one of their younger pieces. Either, I hate to say it, I think they put Kevin Knox over Draymond Green because the Knicks are always so weird with who they have start. Todd Gibson is our center. They're not going to start their best player. It's so
I thought it was Mitchell Robinson.
Isn't Mitchell Rob? Doesn't Mitchell Rob play small forward through center?
No, he's like 7 feet.
No, I know, but he's played small forward this
Should
season.
I know that?
No, but he can play. He again, even if Mitch Rob plays power forward, Draymond's obviously not going to play center because that's like the Rockets. And also, if he goes to the Rockets, I think that's his best chance to win sixth man of the year because I don't think he'd start on that team. And I don't think, again, like I said, I don't think he'd start on most teams. And wherever Draymond goes, unless they're a bottom feeding team, I could see him winning sixth man of the year because he's going to have an efficient season. He's going to have a good season. He's still young. He's got a big deal, but he could always like try and change that, or a team with a lot of cap space could pick him up. Because he could be that bench move. Like, imagine if he went to Miami. It's not the star they want, but him off the bench and having someone such as
He'd light a fire
exactly,
off the bench.
exactly having someone because they already have an amazing bench team and they're not afraid to have younger players start. Like Goran Dragic, he was disappointed this was his first season not starting. And then we saw what he did off the bench, and it almost looked like it worked better than if he had started.
Mm-hmm.
And
some players just work
so,
way better off the bench.
Oh, exactly. And I think Draymond could totally be one of those players. And Draymond Green on a different team than the Warriors. So let's say they package, even like I was saying, to a different team, like if they draft down or something, or even if they just trade him to Miami because Miami's looking for a third star or a second star with Jimmy Butler and Bam, so technically a third star.
Mm-hmm.
That team could win a championship with Draymond Green off the bench. So Draymond Green is sixth man of the year. I think it's a hot take. I think it's the hottest take that I'm going to make today.
That is a very hot take, I'm going to be honest.
Actually, no. The next player is a little bit of a big hot take. But I'd love to hear your sixth man of the year.
This is going to be something that, okay, this is also another hot take. I have Gordon Hayward. Don't ask.
The only question I want to ask one question.
Okay.
Is this a Celtics Hayward or is Hayward going somewhere else?
Celtics Hayward.
I could see it.
I was gonna say, what's the issue with the take?
No, I don't have an issue with that take because I've been watching Hayward since he was in college.
Because
I love Hayward, and I think because of the injury, he hasn't had that chance. You know the injury I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yo, that shit was bad.
I watched that live. I
was watching the game too.
Yeah, that was awful. I turned away for a second. I see that. But anyways, I don't think he's had that chance since the injury to come back, except for this year in the playoffs. He had a couple good sparks, and then they lost to the Heat. He also got injured in those playoffs towards the beginning, And I just
Mm-hmm.
don't think he's gotten to get his feet on the ground. Now he gets not a long off season, but he had an odd off season this year. So he got to work all the way through quarantine into the bubble. He got to work. Now he gets to work all summer after being in this eliminated in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think the Celtics actually have a really good chance of doing something this year. Not even getting another start with the team they have, just developing. Jason Tatum's a bucket,
Jason
but
Tatum's gonna be different.
Gordon Hayward off the bench, I could totally see that.
Cause I just think, okay, right, Kemba point guard. Would they start Marcus Smart?
They could.
They
I mean,
could. It'd be
yeah, they
amazing
definitely
for defense. Just help that team out completely.
and flopping.
Um, yeah, he's a big ass flop. But small forward, Jaylen Brown. Power forward, Tatum. I don't know who their center is gonna be. But then
Probably
having
Ness Canner. Probably Ness Canner still.
right, but then having Hayward come off the bench, just
Perfect.
light everybody up. It's like a Lou Williams effect, right?
I agree, and Lou Williams could start for most teams. And I believe Hayward also could.
He
So
can.
that's actually not the hottest take I've heard you say. Like that one take you said the other day about Kobe beating up Jordan. That was a that was a tough one. But no, I like that take on Sixth Man of the Year, man. I actually kind of do.
All
I could
right.
see that would really boost his career for sure. That would be like his comeback, and also I could see his like trade value going up. And I think the Celtics would trade him after he won Sixth Man of the Year, just because his trade value has been nothing for
Oh,
so long.
ever since he messed this shit up, like it.
Ever since he got injured, he has been untradeable.
Oh, it dropped because everybody was like, "Yo, he's not gonna do anything. He's not having a
Mm.
comeback year."
Speaking of comeback years, next up we got the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Now this is one of my favorite awards because it's always like one of the more crazy ones. Like MVP, you always know, oh, it's probably gonna be James, or no, it's probably gonna be Giannis this year. Oh, it could always be LeBron. It's always like 3 or 4 people. It could always be. Most Improved Player could literally be anyone. Like this year, Pascal had a chance to win it back to back, which sounds impossible, but it's true.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to hear you have at Most Improved.
All right. Wait, I do have a question because I actually don't know this. Who won Most Improved this year?
Uh,
Was it
um,
Ingram? It was Ingram, right?
was it Ingram? Yeah, it was Brandon Ingram. You're right.
Brandon
Jeez,
Ingram,
I
right?
should have. It's so bad I didn't know that going into this.
Yo,
No,
because
it's
I
Brandon Ingram.
actually I don't know. This is like one thing I really like. I pay attention to, but just not as much as it should actually get. It doesn't get as much light as what it should, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. Because
I agree with you.
players they go and they just they turn into something different. I don't know.
Yeah, like no one like we were talking about Tatum a second ago. No one expected him
Oh, to
to
turn
become
up
this.
how he what? No.
No one expected him. Like you remember that draft class? The first pick was Markel Fultz,
Hmm.
dumpster fire. Second pick was Lonzo Ball, traded. Jason Tatum's the best player in that draft by far, and no one expected him to be.
Facts. It's a fact.
Markel Fultz on the Celtics would have been weird, but most improved player is definitely a big one. So, do you have anybody, or are you just gonna
If you can
wait?
go
Please.
first, I will have somebody by then.
All right, I can go first. So, it's a long shot. I have kind of two. I have an unrealistic one and a realistic one. Now, I'm kind of fitting comeback player of the year and most improved into one in this unrealistic one.
Okay.
DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins,
Boogie?
if he can get back on a team, comes back from his injury, and is actually efficient, he could totally win most improved player of the year. That's the unrealistic one. And I also kind of like it. If he comes back with the Lakers, I'll actually be really happy. The AD and Boogie duo comes back.
Oh,
But
and then he has
the
LeBron.
realistic one, the realistic one's a weird one,
Okay.
but I think it could happen. So it's another Pelican, back-to-back years on the Pelicans. I think Jackson Hayes could win Most Improved Player
All right.
because who's the center besides Jackson Hayes right now of the Pelicans? we
Cricket,
can't even
cricket, cricket.
exactly. So he'll most likely, depending on who they draft or whatever they get in the draft, if they draft a center, it'd be kind of odd, or if they get a center in free agency, Jackson Hayes could easily start the season as a bench role and then get into the starting role. And I think Jackson Hayes, in the limited time we've seen him on the court, when we watched him in Summer League during the earthquake, I remember reporting that when there was an earthquake in Zion's first game in
That's because
Summer
of him.
League.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, exactly. No, that was crazy. And I like Jackson Hayes. I remember watching him in college too. I've always liked Jackson Hayes, and he's also taller than a lot of people think. I think he's like over 7 foot. And I think with the Pelicans, he has the best chance to win it because the Pelicans are just this young developing core, and the Pelicans are one of the best, if not the best, young cores. You have Zion, obviously, Jackson Hayes,
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram, one most improved player. Lonzo Ball could be amazing still. We don't know. He's not even in his prime yet. Then you have very good veterans, which would help, such as JJ Redick. That's all I can think of. And also, Jackson Hayes could start at center or power forward for this team. Most likely center, unless
Nah, it'll be center. It'll be center.
Unless Zion switches to center or something, he'll start at center.
All right. Okay, so I did a little bit of research while you talked, and I was listening. You see, I want to say it. It's unrealistic, but I want to say it as a Knicks fan. RJ Barrett, RJ, bro.
I didn't think of RJ Barrett, and actually, that's not the hottest take.
And the reason I'm saying that, look, even besides the research I was just doing, um, I don't know if you've seen any off-season pictures of him. Um, he, he put on some muscle, bro.
All right, I'm looking up. As you can hear me type on my keys,
Bro,
I am looking at a picture of
there's pictures of
RJ.
him and Colin Sexton. Straight up, they're looking like new people. It's like
Yo!
bro, it's like the Julius Randle effect. It's like what happened
Okay,
with Julius Randle. Remember when Julius Randle just turned into a monster out of nowhere? He was like chubby in LA, and then out of nowhere
yeah,
just
Julius
jacked.
Randle sucks though. Yo, he actually put on a good
Right?
5-10 pounds of
He
muscle.
put on a good amount of muscle, right? I don't, like I don't know if it's just a hot take. Like the Knicks are
No,
gonna.
this is doable.
I think it's doable. Look, they're gonna give him a good amount. I see them giving him a good amount of minutes, right? Because he's gonna be our future. I'm not
He'll
saying he's gonna be.
start at shooting guard or point guard. Yeah.
I don't see him as like a first option type of player, but I see him as a 20, 26, and like 4 type of player at like his peak.
Yeah. I could see him having a prime season. He kind of reminds me of oddly enough, he kind of reminds me of Carmelo Anthony. Always very consistent. Never really like Carmelo had his moments, but also never really hit like that LeBron type of stage or
Oh,
Kobe type
100%. He,
when he had the chance to.
yeah, but I'm going not because I'm a Knicks fan, not because I like RJ,
Yep.
just because I can
Well,
see him develop and just turn into, hopefully, praying to God, an amazing player. That like in
I
all-star
will
caliber, I wouldn't say all-star
not an all-star starter. He could be an all-star. He'll be an
because
all-star in
they
this
disrespected Bradley Beal, so I don't think they could.
Forgot about that. Oh my gosh. And Devin Booker. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they violated them. So
But anyways, I'm gonna add one thing to that. I think the only way RJ Barrett wins Most Improved Player is he's the leading scorer on the Knicks,
yeah, I think
and
that's
we
doable.
would have to get into. And okay, I haven't told you this. I kind of forgot to.
Okay.
The NBA, while discussing the schedule change, is discussing a potential playoff change where there's a play-in tournament like they had with the
The bubble.
Trailblazers, Grizzlies,
Oh,
going all the way to the 12th seed, which is the Knicks usually. If RJ Barrett can get the Knicks into a top 8 position this year in the playoffs. So he's in the playoffs, not just the play-in bracket. He's actually gets to the playoffs. That's the only way he'll win Most Improved Player.
Okay, then it's impossible because I do
No,
not.
no, 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 no. Don't even say if we draft good. So let's just say, as much as I don't want to draft Cole Anthony, we draft Cole Anthony and he has a spectacular season, or even if we get Denny, and we already have Mitch Rob, very good player.
Oh,
We
very
can
good
even
center.
also get somebody, very good center. We could also get somebody in free agency. Like people are saying Victor Oladipo. This team, it's not impossible to get this team to the playoffs this year. Do I think it'd be kind of stupid to push for
Yes.
the playoffs? It would remind me of the 2017 Bulls when they were the 8 seed versus the Celtics. It was like they didn't need to go to the playoffs, but they did. I don't think it's necessary, but that's the only way I can see him winning Most Improved Player.
Okay.
So now, Defensive Player of the Year. I started the last 2. You're starting the
Defensive Player of the Year.
This is a big one. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
AD.
That's who I had.
I have AD. No argument.
I have Anthony Davis as well.
AD. Come on, like his look. He is such a versatile player, versatile defender in general, right? In high school, they made him play guard. He was like 6'3", then develops, turns into a freaking 6'10" beast in the paint, right?
And a big thing, because I'm kind of giving my Defensive Player of the Year pitch while you are, because we both have Anthony Davis. He was second in Finals MVP voting very closely, and some people even say he should have gotten it behind, arguably, not in either of our opinions, but arguably one of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah.
LeBron James. Like, this kid, I still call him a kid, even though he's in his, 37th season in the NBA now, but he's still only, 24. I don't get it. That dude doesn't age.
Facts.
I had him at Defensive Player of the Year as well. Them leading the Lakers to another first seed, and them leading the league, or him leading the leagues, and let's say, probably not blocks, but him being top 5 in the league in blocks, and also just having good defensive ratings, all that, and the Lakers being a dominant defensive team, which they weren't the greatest defensive team in 2020. If that can happen, he could easily win. Because I don't think, unless Giannis is winning, and if Giannis wins MVP, he's not going to win Defensive Player of the Year because that's only been done one time.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I just don't see it happening where Giannis is winning DPOY unless he doesn't win MVP.
Okay. Yeah.
Or unless Giannis absolutely just dominates this next season, which is not impossible to see. Obviously, he will, but I
think the voters are tired of seeing him.
No, I love Giannis. I love his whole story. I auditioned for his movie, but no, I love Giannis to death. I really hope it actually. I would love to see him even tack on another MVP, and I hope he gets a championship this season. I don't think they will, but if he gets a championship this season, I'll be happy for him.
All right.
But yeah, DPOY Anthony Davis, that's a little bit of a hot take because usually it's always Rudy Gobert, Giannis, and then it's probably gonna be Lou Gent's Dort because of course, it's gonna be some weird. It's always some weird player at DPOY in the 3rd spot.
Facts.
Or Marc Gasol when he wasn't even first team all defense and robbed LeBron.
Freaking Marc Gasol, bro.
When LeBron had a chance to,
LeBron should have won it. Gonna be honest.
LeBron had a chance to be the second player in history to win all those achievements and a championship and a Finals MVP and an MVP and led the league in something. I don't know. But anywho, we'll probably have an episode on dumbest award winnings. But anyways,
yes.
The reason you've all been watching for 29 minutes and 31 seconds. The NBA Most Valuable Player Award. Now, we, of course, this is the only one we really talked about besides Rookie of the Year beforehand. We have the same player.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind. Now, I'm going to say something before this happens because I know the first thing you're going to say is about his age. if the season, so on Thursday there's a meeting to vote on the schedule. People are saying it's probably going to be where they're going to make the season start in December, but a lot of the players want to start in January. So if the season was to start in December and it was a 72 game season like they're hoping, Luka Doncic would be the youngest MVP. If it starts in late January, Luka Doncic would not be the youngest MVP.
Okay.
So MVP Luka Doncic.
MVP Luka Doncic. Agreed.
I love saying it. What do you think has to be done for Luka Doncic to win MVP?
Okay. First, I think, of course, he's gonna have to put up better numbers than what he already did put up, which were great. Like, you have not seen anybody in their second year put up numbers equivalent to that. We're gonna be completely honest.
The only players I can think of are possibly. I don't think LeBron put up. I think LeBron put up numbers similar to it, but also I don't think LeBron put up as many threes a game, shot as well. Besides that, probably a bunch of centers back in the day and Michael Jordan.
MJ's second year, he broke his foot. So
okay, but like MJ's third.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But right, Luka's numbers, of course, I think they could stay around the same, but at least the efficiency would have to go up if anything. Right? Which he's already shooting efficient. Right? But the main thing about that is that I think they're gonna have to be like a fourth, at least a fourth seed team. And the only reason I would say at least fourth is because the West is gonna be stacked with the Warriors coming back.
I don't agree with the 4 seed thing.
I think they have to be. I think they have to be higher, but I'm at least giving it to the fourth.
If they make the playoffs and Luka Doncic could average a triple double, he will win MVP. Russell Westbrook did it, and they were, I believe,
they were 6. They were 6. It was 6.
They were 6 seed.
I know. That's exactly what I told my friend.
I could totally see Luka getting around the 5th, 6th where they were this season, but I also expect them to break into the top 4. But let's see. The top 4 is probably going to be. I'm just going to give Lakers benefit of the doubt that they'll be 1st seed. Probably Warriors behind them if they can pull together. Nuggets behind them. I don't care what anyone says. Then I could see the Mavericks.
Or Clippers.
But also, depending on what the Clippers do this offseason, it could be the Clippers. So let's put the Mavericks in 5th because I don't expect any other team to get above them. You're right, stacked team, but also if they can get past the at least first round of the playoffs, even though this season at least they were like, oh, playoffs don't matter for any of these awards, which was stupid. If they get past the first or second round of the playoffs, at least make to like the Western Conference Finals, and they're that low of a seed, I could see it. But regardless, if they're top 4 and he averages a triple-double, he'll win MVP.
No, I think I think Luka is gonna win it. Like, bro, what he's doing for that team at such a young age, right? He has top five potential. I hate throwing it out there because it is such a hot ass take. He has goal potential, straight up. I keep telling my friends, I keep telling people that. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Luka has goal potential.
I like to say the GOAT overseas is probably Dirk Nowitzki. He's probably the best European player.
Yeah.
Unless you're counting like Tim Duncan, even though he was born in like Dominican Republic or something like that. But I think Dirk's the best player of all time from overseas. Luka has a very good opportunity to take that role, and it's funny enough that he's on the Mavericks. I know Dirk is talking to him. There's no doubt in my mind that Dirk is his mentor.
100%
The only problem I could see with the Mavericks this season would be Kristaps Porzingis.
Yes. Thank you.
Being Knicks fans.
He's injury prone.
I think I've seen Porzingis injure every single thing in his body.
Fact.
I've seen his face hit the court. No, actually that was Robin Lopez. That was disgusting. Do you remember that when Robin Lopez?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep. But I've seen him tear his ACL this season, played on like a torn MCL. What? I
Okay.
feel like he's done something. I feel like he missed. I don't think he's played an 82-game season in his career. He's done something to probably both of his arms before. I think didn't he like hyperextend his elbow on the Knicks? Probably.
Yeah,
He did.
he
He's
done
done
he's done
everything.
everything. He's a walking what is it called?
He's a walking. He's a walking medicine hospital bed.
Yes, like he gets injured every time. Like I don't know what he needs
Now
to
Chris
do.
stops. Now Chris stops. If he can stay uninjured,
That team is
I
gonna
know
be to at least top four. Calling it right now. If Kristaps could at least play, I'll
if
say
Kristaps plays
70.
60 plus
Yeah, I was gonna
games.
say 60, but I would have
Nah,
been
70 is a little high because I think the Clippers are falling apart this year.
yeah with pandemic P.
Rockets, unless they make a serious trade, they're not going to run it back and do something
Agreed.
with the team they currently have.
Okay,
Lakers,
yeah,
obviously,
I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'll say 65 games plus Porzingis could play because he played 57 games this season.
and the Mavericks have a good team. They have Dwight Powell. I don't know why I named him first, but they have Dwight Powell.
Yes,
That was such a weird person name first.
they have.
Tim Hardaway. No, and
He's a scoring
actually,
option. So
yeah, this is so weird to just talk about past Knicks. No, but everybody on the team, they said, will be on not the trade block, but they all can be traded for except for, and I hated that they did this. I love that they said except for Luka, but saying no to Kristaps trades like Joel for Kristaps, I would take Joel Embiid over Kristaps.
hell yeah.
But also Kristaps could, I don't know, Kristaps. This season is Kristaps's last year to have any trade value.
He has to
If he
prove
gets
himself.
injured this year, before playing, if he plays less than 50 games, it's going to be like we said, a Gordon Hayward type situation.
Yeah.
They're going to
His
think
trade
he's
value
going
is
starting.
going down, down, down.
And I'm not even going to say it's down. I think you could totally package somebody else, like a pick, Tim Hardaway, and probably Kristaps for like Joel Embiid and somebody else awful. Or you could even get, I've heard these rumors, Ben Simmons on that team for Kristaps. Imagine a Porzingis and Joel Embiid lineup. Imagine the Sixers got James Harden, God forbid, Kristaps Porzingis, and Joel Embiid.
That's actually pretty nerve-wracking.
And that could totally happen. You trade Ben Simmons and Al Horford for, oh no, you don't be able to trade for one.
Shitty ass
Unless
Al freaking Horford, bro. Dude's like
Al Horford
90
has been
years
injured.
old.
Bro, I remember watching him on the Celtics, like, oh, this is probably his last year.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember watching
Jesus.
him on the Hawks, like, ugh.
I swear he was on the Hawks for at least 20 years.
I swear he was on the Hawks when I was like 3.
Nah, but another thing Luca has to do, I didn't think about this, cause I had to search him up. I had to search up stats, of course. Um, he does need to shoot more efficient from the three.
No, yeah.
He shot
But also,
31%.
I think that was, I don't think, like, look up his bubble stats because him in the bubble was different than anything we saw.
Got you.
Him in the bubble, like, we all saw the buzzer beater.
Oh, bro.
We
Of
all saw,
course.
and I love Luka Doncic. And if I get, all right, I'll make a bet with anyone that listens to this. If you listen to this point of this, if Jimmy Butler wins MVP, you can have my car.
Oh, 100. Yo, I don't. Look, his impact, of course. His stats, no.
I just wanted to make like a bet with somebody. If Jimmy Butler, if you're listening, because I know you listen to stuff like this, I know you listen to Bench Banter.
Follow me on Instagram if you do, Jimmy. I love you.
Jimmy Butler, if you win MVP this season, I will give you my car. No questions asked.
If Luca could
You'll
put
have
up
to talk to
stats
my
like
dad.
how he did in the bubble, MVP. No argument.
What were his what was how do you shoot from 3?
He shot 33%, but 30
I don't
points.
think I watched most of his games.
Well,
You
31
can shoot
points.
33% if you're that efficient
What?
for the rest. you can shoot 33% from the three and I think it's only gonna go up. But if you're scoring 30 points, you can shoot
It's
33%.
gonna go up. It is gonna go up. But
No, but I love Luka.
Luka is gonna have to play more games though, because he only played 60.
Yeah, well, no, last season was shortened.
Oh yeah, How, idiot,
Dummy.
idiot,
Are you kidding? Are
idiot.
you kidding
I
right now?
deserve to get necked. Wait,
Dude,
there.
you did not.
I did.
Yo,
Yeah, yo, just.
did Luka get? Yo, he played on like a busted ankle too.
I know, and he was still
And
giving Kawhi buckets.
he dropped like 40.
He still gave Kawhi
He
buckets.
dropped 40.
That's
He dropped 40 on a busted ankle.
that's why you have to give this man go. He's gonna be in the go talk. Yo, somebody's gonna listen to this podcast in 10 years. 10 years.
Yeah, okay.
Luka.
No one's gonna listen to this podcast today.
Yeah, I know, but give it 10 years. Give it 10 years. Watch. Right
When we're on episode like
in 2030,
1,000.
2030 November 4th, and Luka's gonna be talked about as the best player in the league right now.
And we'll be talking about how the Rock's term is going as president.
Facts. The Rock is gonna
But
be
this
president,
was a
and NLE Choppa.
Dwayne Johnson, NLE Choppa, 2032. No, but this was fun. I'm hoping we do another episode next week. But knowing me, I'll probably be like, yeah, and I'll fall. We planned on doing this on like a Friday.
Yeah.
Which was so funny. But no, we both know it was all me. But still, it was a lot of fun, Jayden. This is going up on our Benchmark Banter YouTube. If you're new and you somehow made it to this part of the video and you're not subscribed, what are you doing?
Facts.
I'll probably make a clips channel or something just to clip stupid things we say. And this will go up on our Instagram. We have Benchmark Banter Twitter. As like I said, 201J with 2 Y's. Mine's just Shaney 2K. Go follow Jayden. Go follow Jimmy Butler and tell him that I owe him his car if he wins MVP.
Not happening.
And if you want to say anything at the end.
I kind of like doing podcasts. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It was nice. The beginning was a little weird, but the 42 minutes and 30 seconds we've had was pretty special, Jayden.
Facts.
Of course, you had to ruin it and say the F word in the middle of it. But
yeah, my fault.
Now I have to find that pinpoint and just bleep it out. But
sorry,
thank you for
sorry guys.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not bleeping it.
But
I'm kidding.
Yeah, hope you guys liked it. You're gonna get more content from us. I'm letting you all know right now.
Yes, and I have a face reveal coming out in the next couple weeks with this other podcast I'm actually a part of. And I'm going to shout them out right here because F it, why not? Big 3 News on Instagram, Fourth Man Podcast on everything else. I do the Big 3 Please segment on all their socials. Jayden, he does nothing as of right now. He got dunked on overtime once.
Yo.
But that's all, guys. I hope everybody has a safe election week because we're not going to know who won president for a while, at least 6 days. And everybody stay safe. I have the next 2 days off school. Go check out my channel. Go check out Jiggy J's, everybody. And that's all, guys. Everybody stay safe. Love you guys.